Hello, this is Tom Trywitty. The subject of food, what to eat, what not to eat, what's good for you, what's bad for you, what's healthy, what's unhealthy, can be a very controversial and emotionally charged subject. Nutritionists and healthcare professionals giving their advice, often information is conflicting, and it can be confusing and overwhelming for the average person. I like to simplify things by talking about the acid-alkaline balance in the body. Many people in our society are overly acidic. Many health problems are connected to an oxygen-deficient, overly acidic body chemistry. Acidity is connected to inflammation, and inflammation is connected to pain. Now, if you are not overly acidic, later in this video, you can think of other ways, perhaps, where you can balance yourself out. But if you are overly acidic, there's a simple and inexpensive way to resolve this, and that is by drinking lemon water. Now, what's interesting is that lemons are actually an acid fruit. But when they enter the body, they create an alkaline reaction. Now, if you're allergic to lemons, obviously this is not a wise choice. In a little bit, I'll go into other ways where you can alkalize your body. But saying that you are overly acidic and you're fine with lemons, get some good quality lemons, take one, cut it into quarters, and squeeze the lemon juice in your choice of 16 ounces of purified water. I usually like reverse osmosis or distilled water for myself. So drink this lemon water on an empty stomach at least half an hour before eating a meal or at least 2 hours after a meal. And this will help to alkalize your system. Now, if you're allergic to lemons or if you just want some other way to alkalize, there are other fruits that can accomplish this. Strawberries, pineapples, and melons are all highly alkalizing. Like lemons, strawberries and pineapples are also an acid fruit. And they all have an alkaline reaction. Now, one thing I'd like to mention about food combining is that these acid fruits don't combine well with sweet fruits, such as a banana. So don't eat any sweet fruits along the same time. And melons are unique, a unique fruit all to themselves. There's a wise saying, eat melons alone or leave them alone. I've often heard people say, well, I really like watermelon, but I can't eat it, it upsets my stomach. It's possible they could be allergic to it, but quite often it's because they're eating it with other food. I'm very strict on this rule. I won't even eat watermelon and cantaloupe at the same time. I'll pick one melon, eat it by itself. When I'm finished, I wait at least 3.5 hours before I eat another food. That's just me and my system. Okay, enough on food combining. So how do you know if you're acid or alkaline? You can find out by testing your pH. Very simple and inexpensive way to do this. You need to purchase what is called litmus paper. Okay? And you're going to be testing your saliva and urine on an empty stomach. A good time for a lot of people would be right when they wake up in the morning, provided they haven't eaten in the last 6 hours. So the litmus paper comes in a roll. You're going to break off 2 strips, not 1 strip. You're going to break 2 strips off, probably about a couple of inches in length. And you're going to spit on one and pee on the other, and there'll be a little color code to let you know how acid or alkaline you are. 7.0 is neutral. Below 7 is acid. Above 7 is alkaline. An optimal state of health is said to be slightly alkaline. I usually strive between a 7.0 and a 7.5 in terms of alkalinity. And most raw fruits and vegetables will have an alkalizing effect. And foods such as bread, pasta, dairy, meat, refined sugar, and alcohol all have an acid effect. This doesn't mean that you can never eat an acid food. The key here is balance. I wouldn't recommend that you eat a lot of refined sugar or drink a lot of alcohol. I would not suggest that. And I'm not super strict about my diet. I eat pretty much what I want. However, just about every day, I eat raw fruits and vegetables. Usually raw foods early in the day on an empty stomach, and I'll wait at least 2 hours and have a larger meal later, probably in the early evening, with a big salad. And I test my pH regularly. One thing I'd like to mention is that if you are taking certain prescription medications, you can get a false reading on the pH test, making you seem much more alkaline than you really are. So if you're taking certain prescription medications, check with your licensed healthcare professional to see if this may be an issue. If you want to learn more about this subject, there's a good book called The Acid Alkaline Food Guide by Dr. Susan Brown. In the book, there's a comprehensive chart of most foods and how acid or alkaline that they are. I also believe that you can purchase the litmus paper through her website. That's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video. If so, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Happy pH testing. See you next time.